Welcome to What Happens When You Write to Satan Instead of Santa, Part 2. I know this is a bit different because of the background and the sounds in the back, but that's because I figured that this is a Christmas horror story and it should have a little more Christmassy themes. So until this series is over with, there are 5 parts, by the way. If you guys didn't remember that from the last video, there are 5 parts. And when this series is over with, we'll go from snow back to rain again. But until this series is done with, I'm gonna have snow in the back, and hopefully it works just as well as the rain does. If it doesn't after this video, then I'll just put rain back if you guys think that the rain is more soothing. I'm sorry if my voice is a little hoarse. My throat's not the best right now. If you hear other sounds in the background, that's my brother, and I'm very sorry. He's playing video games and moving around a lot. And it's really late at night, so I can't really do much. It's 10:34 as of the time that I'm looking at the clock. And it's late and dark and rainy outside, so there's going to be a lot of rattling sounds in the back too, probably, because my windows move when it rains. I hate it. But this state is weird, and it does that. Can't really do much. But let's get on with the story. It's amazing how open kids are to new experiences. When you're a kid, you can get excited about anything from cartoons and ice cream to giant monster teddy bears from hell. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you should consider yourself lucky and forget about it. But if you're curious, you can find out more here. It's a link in the first part. Basically, my 5-year-old daughter mistakenly wrote a letter to Satan instead of Santa. And well, I don't think Satan has a good grasp of what kids are into these days, because he sent her a 7-foot-tall Frankenteddy in response. Now that you're all caught up, I'll let you in on the fiasco that's happening since my last post. After a very tense sleepover in which Sarah and Frankenteddy watched cartoons and played patty cake, I consumed a near-lethal dose of coffee. I decided that I had no choice but to send Sarah off to school and try to get in touch with Hell's customer service again. The line rang once, and a familiar voice answered. Hello, customer service, how may I help you today? This is Darren Rogers again, I say. Ah, Mr. Rogers, the woman said. How are Sarah and Frankenteddy getting along? Well, I said, that's not really the point. I simply can't keep this thing in my house anymore. It doesn't even belong on this planet. Ahem. I turned to see Frankenteddy standing behind me. Oh, I stammered out. I didn't mean you, I was talking about the hamster? If the hamster is a threat to Sarah's safety, then I shall terminate it with the fury of a demonic legion. No, don't do that, I shot out quickly. This is preferable, Frankenteddy replied. I find the hamster to be cute. I do not wish to obliterate it. I could feel my mouth hanging open. Okay. Mr. Rogers? The receptionist's stern voice came through the headset. Yes? If you really insist there's a problem with the teddy bear, Satan had a last-minute cancellation, and I can get you an appointment today instead. Oh. I almost hopped with excitement. That would be great. When's the appointment? Now, she replied flatly. I'll buzz you 3 down. Down, what are you... But I was interrupted by a column of black and purple flames that erupted around me. I felt an intense sense of falling before landing with a dull thud on what appeared to be a giant blue beanbag in some sort of cave. I saw that there were 2 other beanbags present, one exceedingly large purple one that Frankenteddy was sat on, and a small furry pink one that Sarah was sat on. My mind was numb as I scanned the walls of the cave around me. They were adorned with skulls of creatures that I'd never imagined in my wildest dreams. There was a rounded triangular one with huge eye holes and 3 small horns, and a tiny, perfectly spherical one, with no features at all other than a mouth. In the corner of the office sat what can only be described as a taxidermed dragon's head. Sarah was staring around with the same look of wonder on her face that she'd had when I'd first taken her to Disney World. At the opposite end of the room, there was a large, polished black desk that looked to be made of obsidian, behind which sat a normal-looking office chair. I didn't have to wonder why Satan wasn't there very long, because a column of black and purple flames erupted behind the desk, and when the smoke vanished, the great demon was sitting in his chair grinning at us all, as if we were honored guests he'd been expecting. He was red-skinned under his suit and had two very large, polished black horns and a small, neatly trimmed goatee. "So," he began in a jovial tone, "welcome to hell. I don't get many visitors down here, besides, people who go to hell. And they're generally not very nice." I saw out of the corner of my eye that Sarah had crawled into the dragon head's mouth with Frank and Teddy, and they were having a tea party. Sarah, I don't think that you... Don't worry, Darren," Satan cut me off. "The dragon is mostly dead." Satan seemed unfazed by my lack of eloquence. "As I understand it," he said, "you have some problems with Frank and Teddy? You told me the problem was with the hamster, Darren." Frank and Teddy's voice boomed from inside of the dragon's head. I trailed off. "I am sorry for my outburst," Frank and Teddy said. "I have not eaten today. You are out of Cheetos." "You ate 30 bags, I said weakly. "It's okay." Satan smiled, buzzing the intercom button on his phone. "Tina?" he said. "Yes, Mr. Satan?" The secretary's familiar voice came through. "Can you get Frank and Teddy 200 pounds of Cheetos?" 300 pounds, Frank and Teddy interjected. 300 pounds of Cheetos? "Right away, Mr. Satan." "Thank you," Frank and Teddy said, nodding his head. "I require the proper amount of fuel to love Sarah and eviscerate souls of the righteous with maximum efficiency." I tried to focus on Satan as a giant blue-skinned demon with bulging muscles and a hatchet sticking out of his head, wheeled in giant wheelbarrows full of Cheetos. "We make them down here," Satan said, grinning. "Now, Mr. Rogers, what issue is it that you have with Frank and Teddy?" "Well," I sputtered out, "just look at him, he's a monster." A hush fell over the room, and I realized the blue-skinned demon was eyeing me like he wanted to hit me. "We try not to use the M-word down here, Darren," Satan said. "It's okay, Frisnall." Yeah, he nodded to the blue-skinned demon. "He's from Earth, he doesn't know." Frisnall huffed and stomped out of the room, while I once again tried and failed to make noises from my mouth. Darren, Satan said patronizingly. "I'm surprised at you, judging poor Frank and Teddy by his appearance. You should know better than that. I mean, my daughter is as cute as a button, and she's the one who put the hatchet in Fresnel's head." "You have a daughter?" I asked, dumbfounded. "I have 700. "Well," I said, trying to forget that Satan had just called me a racist, "Sarah is my only daughter, and I just can't help but worry about her when there's a giant undead teddy bear thing constantly around." I heard giggling and turned to see that Sarah had latched onto the back of Frank and Teddy's head. He was pretending not to know where she was. "I have been taken in by your deception, and I am not aware that you are on the back of my head," his voice boomed. Satan leaned over his desk, resting his chin on interlocked fingers, and put on an expression of deep thought. "I think I know what you mean," he said with a moment of reflection. I know just what to do." "You do? Oh, thank God. Satan." Satan waved his hand dismissively and pushed a button on the intercom. "Tina?" he said. "Yes, Mr. Satan?" the intercom replied. "Can you please send in Miss Hatchetface?" "Yes, Mr. Satan. Is it Miss Hatchetface? You mean the giant blue demon was a woman?" "What? No. We don't judge based on physical appearance here in hell, and we certainly don't base on names, which is lucky for you, Mr. Big Nose. But seriously, I feel your plight, Darren, and that's what I'm going to set you up with my own personal nanny to watch over Sarah and Frank and Teddy while you're at work. But Don't worry, Darren, Satan exclaimed. Miss Hatchetface is wonderful. She did a great job with my kids. Well, not the first few hundred. She got the hang of it eventually. Satan, Boom, boom, boom. The knock that interrupted me nearly knocked the door off the hinges. Oh, that'll be Miss Hatchetface now, Satan said, rubbing his hands together. You guys are going to get along great, Darren. Great. I didn't know what to say, and so I simply slumped my shoulders and mumbled out an okay. Satan sprang up and opened the door, and I gasped at the sight of Miss Hatchetface, a petite, pink-skinned woman with a small button nose and glittering obsidian eyes. Are you Mr. Rogers? She asked, cocking her head to the side and regarding me with a look of curiosity. Satan leaned over and whispered, She's half succubus, in my ear, as I took her soft, delicate hand. Miss Hatchetface's tail twitched as she giggled. I've never met a human before, she smiled. Are they all as handsome as you? My mouth went dry, and I suddenly became very aware of how large and awkward my tongue felt in my mouth. So, Satan clapped his hands together cheerfully. Are we all set here? Stared into Miss Hatchetface's deep, glittering black eyes. Before I knew what was happening, my head was nodding up and down, as if on its own accord. Great, Satan said. Then I'll send you 4 back up. Can't wait, said Miss Hatchetface before a column of black and purple flames swallowed us all. And this is the end of part 2. Part 3 will hopefully be out tomorrow or the day after. I don't know. My schedule is messed up, and I honestly have no idea how this is going to work out. But we'll see when I'm able to record things, and hopefully it will be in a timely manner, because I know that some of you really are looking forward to these, and I want you guys to enjoy them, and I don't want to, wait for a while, but I don't know how long it'll be until I make my next video. So, can you turn that down? I do apologize for that in the background. He lost the remote. It's really loud. I'm sorry if you heard that. But, yeah. If you guys enjoy this video, please leave a like, a comment, something to let me know that you guys are enjoying it. And I'll see you guys in the next video.